We have Decision 2020 team coverage tonight on the campaign strategy this weekend and what's being done to make sure your polling place is secure on Election Day. We begin tonight with Madison Trombley.
Derek, with just 3 days until Election Day, Trump and Biden campaign officials have their eyes on Ohio being a key battleground state, and both sides urge Americans to get out and vote.
The power is in your hands right now to shape a different future for this country.
It's more about motivating our followers. It's more about get out the vote than it is persuasion.
As we near the home stretch of this historical presidential election, both campaigns closing arguments to voters focus on two things: the coronavirus and jobs.
This entrepreneur president has created the conditions for prosperity in America, and Americans seem to know that. 33% GDP growth just this week, as well as the lowest jobless claims numbers in 7 months.
You know, we believe that with Joe Biden, with Kamala Harris, first and foremost, we can get this virus under control. But once we do that, we can build this economy back better.
Russo says the path to 270 votes is right here in the Midwest.
It's states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
We actually think that we have more optionality on the map than does Joe Biden.
Cortez says for any last-minute undecided voters, he points to Biden family corruption claims.
While the national news organizations are doing their best to completely ignore the biggest story in America, the elephant in the room of this campaign, I believe that a lot of local outlets like yours are doing real journalism and asking the hard questions.
I think voters are sitting around their kitchen table right now wondering who's going to look out for me, who's going to protect my family, who's going to protect my job, who's going to protect my health care.
With more local news, I'm Madison Tromler.
Now, this election is shaping up to be record-breaking with the number of votes cast. In Mahoning County, officials are working together and stepping up their security efforts as many head to the polls on Tuesday amid a politically contentious time. Caroline Collins is standing by the Board of Elections office with more. Caroline.
Good evening, Derek. I spoke with Sheriff Jerry Green, who tells me they're more prepared than any election year before to respond to any issues that may happen. I also spoke with other officials who tell me disruptions here at polling places will not be tolerated.
That it will be safe and secure as you go to the Board of Elections and or your polling places.
City and county leaders coming together in Youngstown discussing election security for Tuesday. The Board of Elections, the Mahoning County prosecutor, and the Sheriff's Department say they have a plan in place in the event that there is a disruption at the polls.
So just be respectful of others and exercise your right to vote. Don't be disruptive. If you will, you'll be dealt with harshly.
Sheriff Jerry Green says they're ramping up staff at the Sheriff's Department November 3rd, more so than any other election before.
You know, we're just preparing, in case something, happens. I don't think that it will. It's sort of, just a precaution that we're taking.
He says the sheriffs will be making their rounds to polling places and will be ready to respond if an incident occurs.
It's the sheriff's duty statutorily to handle the Board of Elections and the issues that they have. So, we go through this every time, every election year, and this year we have a little bit more than normal, just to be safe.
Precautions as political tensions are running high here in the Valley and across the nation. With more local news, I'm Caroline Collins.